Sandwiches in the UK are not meant to be bought. I want to read more about this, but first of all, welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some essentially pointless conspiracy theories from the subreddit r/LowStakesConspiracies. Okay, so basically, if you're not from the UK, we have a thing in supermarkets called a meal deal. Oh, don't you worry, I'm very familiar with the old meal deal, which is where you buy a main, a snack, and a drink. This normally comes out to about £3.50 daylight robbery. Yeah, I know they should put it back down. I mean, realistically, they shouldn't put it back down to £3. Inflation is a real thing. I understand why the price hike is there. Can't say I'm happy about it, but I understand why the meal deal is now £3.50. Snacks are normally floating around the £1 mark, and drinks are also around £1.25. You'd think then that sandwiches would maybe be £2 to £2.50 in order to make the deal worth it. They're not. A basic sandwich is close to £3 now, and that's just for a plain ham and bread. Yeah, it's weird how much the sandwiches are, because sometimes when I go to the football, I just want a quick bite. I don't want to have carry around a drink, because usually I already have one on me. I don't want a chocolate bar or anything. I just want the sandwich. And it always feels like such a con, because it's like 50p more to get all the rest of it. It does feel like they're not meant to be bought on their own. You can get sandwiches now that are £5, which is absolutely insane. I think the £5 sandwiches are worth it. Shout at me all you want. Call me a privileged rich boy all you want. I think the it's not £5 for, maybe on its own, but the £5 meal deal. Woo! Woo! It's great. I love it. It's like there's one that's like a sausage. I can't remember. It's like a posh sausage company. They do like a sausage sandwich one. I think it's in Sainsbury's. Fucking sick. It's sick. I love it. This makes the meal deal an absolute bargain. Why would you buy a sandwich by itself for £5 when you could get crisps and a drink for £1.50 less? Actually, I think if you actually look, that would be for a premium meal deal sandwich. That wouldn't be for a regular meal deal sandwich, would it? I think that these sandwiches are priced so highly to make the meal deal look like a better choice. They're never meant to be bought by themselves. The choice of buying a sandwich at a UK supermarket is an illusion. There is no solo sandwich. Oh, yeah, okay, we're going to be judging these. I think this one's true. I think that's true, but then again, a lot of companies do this. There's a thing it's like popcorn theory. Well, actually, it's not a theory; it's a proven thing. The middle option of popcorn in most cinemas is totally redundant, because it's like 20p more for a large. And apparently, I'm probably butchering this theory, or it's not a theory because it's been proven. But yeah, I'm probably butchering this thing. But the middle option is there, for just marketing purposes. They don't really expect anyone to be buying a medium popcorn. That's why whenever I go to the cinema, I buy a medium popcorn just to catch them off guard a little bit. And they're like, oh, it's only 20p more for a lunch. Nah, I'm not that hungry. I want a medium, please. And they don't know what to do. They haven't even got any medium boxes. They weren't expecting this. No one's ordered a medium popcorn in years. People think British people are ugly because we cast regular looking people in our movies. I was watching Band of Brothers, and nearly all of the actors are pretty good looking and all American in the show, whereas in films about British people and British made films usually have people who look more regular. I don't think it's that. I'm gonna be real. Americans, a good looking bunch. I don't believe this conspiracy. To be fair, the bit about British people casting more normal looking people in acting roles is true. I don't think this is the reason why a lot of the world thinks British people are ugly. I'm not saying British people are ugly. I'm just saying Americans are pretty lame. The term bougie was created purely to disguise the fact that people couldn't spell the word bourgeois. I don't know how to say that. How do you say that? Bourgeois. It's French. Oh, oui, oui. I'm not necessarily hating on it. Language evolves, and we are, of course, in the middle of a vowel shortage. I've not been alerted to this this vowel shortage crisis. I reckon the next shift will be buro, short for bureaucratic, because who's got the time and vowels to spell that out every time? I don't think there's enough need for the word bureaucratic. No, I don't believe this one. I didn't even know bougie was like a shortened version of bourgeois. Netflix has bad recommendations, because if you could see their entire catalogue, you'd unsubscribe. I think Netflix has some pretty good recommendations. The thing with Netflix is, it's 95% absolute shit. But the 5%, pretty good. Pretty good stuff. And it kind of makes it worth it. I don't know who's watching the 95% of absolute shit they put out there. Is it just me, or is every true crime documentary they put on there exactly the same? I don't know if it's just because they're trying to, because a few years ago I remember they said they were going to put out a true crime documentary every week. But it's just barely any of the crimes are that interesting. I'm sorry to say it, But, like, it's just like, oh, this bloke, he murdered someone and then he got caught. Like, I don't know. It's just, to me, a lot of them just aren't that interesting. There was one that was quite interesting that was put on there recently called Con Mum. I thought that one was pretty good. But I don't know. A lot of them, they're all exactly the same. It's just like, so like someone will come into frame like this, like someone talking about recounting the events. They'll come into, every single one of these will fucking start like this. So I just look at this camera here. Every single one. They all have exactly the same fucking format. It drives me up the wall. Not that I really watch many of these. I probably watch maybe like one a year. But like they're, oh my God. It's just, come on, let's switch up the format a little bit. Come on. Their ideal customer keeps paying every month, watches a few things, and keeps scrolling through the front page hoping something interesting pops up. But there's nothing interesting, so Netflix has to fill the page with nonsense to hide the fact there aren't that many good shows. It does bloat the catalogue a bit, because sometimes I'm sat on Netflix for ages being like, what the fuck should I watch? Because there's just so much crap. Like, hang on, I'll load up my Netflix now, and am I even logged in on my new computer? We'll find out. Right. Oh, what a great recommendation. Oh, Netflix knows me well. Britain and the Blitz. I will be watching that later. That's going on my watch list. Thank you very much. Oh, that's a heater. But top picks for me, I'll probably watch that. 4 seasons. Don't know what that is. Doesn't look very good. No interest. No interest. No interest. No interest. No interest. That was actually no. I did watch that. I don't know why it's recommended to me again. I watched that. I love Black Mirror. I probably won't watch that. It's look. Hang on. I'll show you what I mean. I bet you. There's gonna be a guy that sits down and goes, am I looking at this camera? Oh, it's just a black screen because I haven't turned. All right, I've got a setting I need to turn off, but we'll be able to hear it. But I guarantee there would be someone that sits down in a chair and goes, am I looking at this camera? I mean, look. I think the thing is just I'm not going to be interested in everything, am I? I think Netflix is pretty good. Like, I know that's a controversial thing to say. I know they make some sort of questionable decisions with the password sharing thing, and they're constantly upping prices, which is really fucking annoying. But they have a pretty good catalog. Like, I rate the catalog. So I don't think that this conspiracy theory is true. Maybe you're just not interested in that much stuff. Maybe you're very niche interests. My workplace has a Faraday cage built into the toilet cubicles. I imagine a lot of people waste time on their phones on the toilet during the workday. This probably amounts to thousands of hours of lost productivity, so why wouldn't a workplace do this when designing the office? So for the idiots that don't know what a Faraday cage is, it's essentially something that blocks like phone signal and stuff. Well, that's what I believe has happened. Right outside our toilet cubicles, I get full 5G signal and fast internet. As soon as that door closes, nothing, not a single bar of signal. Oh, that's a crafty boss you got there. He's thought of everything. He's sat in his office twirling his moustache. They think they're wasting time in the toilets on their phone. No signal for you. You're in a Faraday cage. The walls are the same thickness as outside the cubicles, and the only difference in a fairly thin, seemingly wooden door. There are 2 blocks of toilet cubicles. The exact same thing happens in both. Yeah, I believe you. That's a bit of productivity genius from your boss, though. Evil genius. Sorry, what? Dubai chocolate was created to distract from what the uber wealthy in Dubai make escorts do. And this is marked as an extreme conspiracy. I don't think so. I think that's I think that would be fucking ridiculous. I haven't tried Dubai chocolate just because it's like, it seems so, it's just pistachio and chocolate, right? Like, and I see it in like my local corner shop all the time. They sell like a small bar like that, like a tiny bar of chocolate like that for like fucking £7. And it's just like, well, I'm not going to buy that. I'm not going to spend £7 on a small bar of pistachio chocolate because that's exactly what it's going to taste like. Pistachio and chocolate. I'm not paying £7 because it's a fucking TikTok trend, all right? I'm 26 years old. I'm not that susceptible to viral marketing. No, I don't believe that. I invented the phrase no shit Sherlock when I was 10 years old. When I was 10 years old, I frequently watched the show Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. That's a futuristic Sherlock Holmes is a thing. And at some point came up with the phrase no shit Sherlock as some kind of obscure reference to that character. Never heard it before then, only ever heard it afterwards. Haha! I think you're having a classic case of false memory syndrome. You're having a false memory. You probably did hear it. It probably went in your head and you forgot about it until you said it. Actually, you didn't remember it and you said it, but like you said it without realizing you'd heard it somewhere else. And then suddenly it's retroactively placed in media that existed before I was born. I don't buy it. I had a great idea and the world wants to keep me from having it. No, you probably heard it and it got implants in your brain. You forgot you heard it and then you said it. I do that shit all the time. I do it all the time. Like, I thought I invented Ant-Man as a child because I was like, oh, there's Spider-Man, there's, Batman. What could I be? I was sat in the garden just playing with like fucking woodlouses and shit, and there was an ant. I was like, oh man, I could be Ant-Man. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to come up with that. I'm going to go to Marvel. I'm going to pitch Ant-Man and, I'm going to be a massive celebrity because I will be Ant-Man. And no, but Ant-Man was already a thing. I just didn't really have access to the internet. But yeah, no, I don't believe you came up with that phrase. English schools aren't properly taught second languages on purpose so we don't connect with Europeans. It is really weird when you think about it, how like English speakers just don't really speak second language. Like, it's quite rare you find a primary English speaker that speaks a second language unless they have like foreign parents. Whereas in like other countries, like in Europe and stuff, most people speak English or like a second language because they have to, but we don't really. And that's like, I don't know. I've thought about this. Where was I? I was somewhere foreign recently, and I was like, I'm actually really lucky that I speak English because I just don't have to bother with learning another language. I know that's probably bad to say. It's probably bad to say that, like, I don't have to bother. But the truth is, I don't. Everyone caters to me because I'm English. We get taught French from years 7 to 9 in high school, but after that, we don't have to take a second language. The quality is shit, and French, to be fair, the quality of language speaking in English schools is fucking terrible. Like, I did Spanish from year 7 to year 11. I can maybe say like 3 sentences. I know baloncesto, that's basketball. That's it. That's all I can fucking say. I honestly learned more from Duolingo. I had like a Duolingo premium subscription for like a few months. I learned more from that than I did from all my secondary school Spanish. The quality is shit, and French is a hard language to learn compared to German and useless for most English people, as Spanish would be more useful. Also, we don't really like the French as a cultural thing, so we kind of don't care to learn it. Yeah, fair enough. And they don't really care to learn English. Like, when you go to Paris, I say only half. That's a lot in comparison to England. But compared to other countries, not a lot of French people speak English. That's because we hate each other. But I don't know. I don't believe that conspiracy. No, I just don't think we care enough to learn other languages. Oh, this is a good one. I ain't reading all that. We're gonna read the header though. The reason why they stopped making transparent electronics is because we started associating weight with quality. Yes. 100%. Like, to be fair, I think a lot of it stems from third-party controllers. Do you remember that? Like, you'd be playing your PS2 and like you give your brother the shitty transparent one. It always had a little bit of lag. I feel as though, our relationship as people with transparent electronics kind of just went down from there. Also, it was a trend, right? Transparent electronics was a thing. It's very, Y2K to, 2009. But yes, we did start associating weight with quality. I will agree with you there. Oh, okay. All right. The ads on Pornhub are deliberately gross so that it kills your boner a little and makes you take longer to come so that you spend more time on the site. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, fuck it. I believe that. That's solid. That's a solid theory. Because, I don't browse these websites much anymore. But, some of them were disgusting. It's like, who the fuck is clicking? Who the fuck is clicking on any of these? I just realised I said I don't spend much time on them anymore, as if, I spent loads of time on them in the past. I didn't, I promise. I promise I didn't spend loads of time on porn. I promise. Oh, okay, this is an interesting one. The idea, don't fight your bullies, it will only get worse, is promoted not because it lowers bullying, but because it lowers shit teachers have to deal with. I don't know, I don't think so. Because, look, what do you mean by fight, first of all? Do you mean, physically fight or just ignore them? Because, okay, so when I was at school, people tried to give me shit. People would always try and give me, everyone in my school gave everyone shit. And it was kind of like a thing of, whenever people said something to me, I would just fucking blank them. I'd just kind of stare at them blankly or just, look away or pretend they didn't say anything to me. And it kind of makes them feel a bit awkward because, they've just been aired when they kind of expected to get a reaction back. And that's what they want. Bullies want a reaction back because it's fun. Right? It's fun. Because, if you've kind of got, a bit of a back and forth going, it's like sport, innit? But if you're just sort of bullying, going oh, you're fucking... and they're just sat there doing nothing, and it doesn't seem to be... they're not showing it on their face or anything. They're just kind of sat there. Like, there's no sport in it, really. But that's not the case for everyone. I'm aware of that. But I feel that's just my experience, I guess. I mean, I wasn't bullied, but like, you know, people try to give me shit, so I just ignored it. To my experience and to experience of everyone I know, beating the shit out of someone bullying you. Yeah, to be fair, right? Like, if you can't, although on the flip side, if you get the shit beaten out of you, that's 10. Your situation suddenly becomes 10 times worse. If you beat the shit out of them, my God. Well, I remember once in my school there was someone who I don't think they were a bully victim or something, but like he took on like two people like tried to fight him. Like this was in my year. Two people in my year tried to fight him, and he fucking beat the shit out of both of them, and he was respected for the entire rest of his time at school. In the rare case it didn't help, it was because teachers took a bully's side. Yet we were always told we should just ignore it and inform a teacher/adult, which is reasonable to be a first step if that happens, but sometimes it doesn't help or the adult does nothing. And in that case, we are still supposed to see it off, not create any fuss. You can ignore someone getting bullied, but it is hard to ignore fight with blood spilling. I heard that kids who are bullied often have shy/defeatists, etc. parents as well. So sort of folks that are unlikely to start a fuss, even the parents, and vice versa. Bullies have aggressive/enthusiastic parents, aka the type to storm the school asking why their angels have broken jaw. Even if they are good people, they could cause problems for the teachers. If I learned that the reason my kid have a broken jaw is because they bullied someone and that person kicked them in the head, I would be just as furious, not at the person, but the school for letting it go that far without at least telling me. Right. Yeah, I sort of agree. Like, but I feel as though you kind of have to be very, I mean, like, I'm not promoting fighting here. I quite like to get ads on this video. But, yeah, no, I'm not promoting fighting. However, self-defense is fine, you know? But I feel as though if you lose that fight, you are in a much worse situation. So, I don't know, it's a gambit, innit? But yeah, I mean, I'm sort of in the middle there. Don't fight people, though. Don't fight people at school. Don't do that. Oh, yeah, no, I actually believe this one. Supermarkets block your phone signal to prevent you comparing prices. Yeah, 100%. I was in Curry's yesterday. I was looking for a new air conditioner, and I couldn't compare the prices with outside. Because they do, like, in Curry's, they do, price match. So I was like, oh, this air conditioner is, like, fucking 500 quid. I'm going to see how much it is on the actual website or Argos or something. I was looking, it just wouldn't work because there's no signal in Curry's. I feel as though it's like the toilet thing again. I feel as though supermarkets and like tech shops and shops who do price match just put Faraday cages around their stores. Yeah, I believe that. The Disney live action remakes are to renew their intellectual property, and Disney doesn't care if they flop or not. That's interesting. But then again, like a lot of the live action, I mean, you could argue that with a Snow White one, but then isn't it like the actual cartoon movie gets put in the public domain, not the IP of Snow White? And like they did it with the Lion King, like that's nowhere near being put into the public domain. Mickey Mouse became public domain recently. No, he didn't. Mickey Mouse did not become public domain. Steamboat Willie, like him from that Steamboat Willie cartoon did. Like you can't just like print t-shirts with Mickey Mouse on now. Like that's not how it works. You can with Steamboat Willie though. In order to protect Disney's trademarks and as much intellectual property rights as possible, they are going back through their back catalogue and creating new live action versions so that they can at least protect the trademarks for when they become public domain characters. No. That's why the live action remakes are always dog shit and make no money. They do make money. What the fuck are you talking? You know, this is the most ill-informed Reddit post I've ever seen. What do you mean they make no money? They're dog shit for sure, but they make money. Like the Lion King one made like $1.5 billion or something. The Mouse Care's not for profit. It's all about the intellectual property. No, it's not. Like this is bollocks. It's just not how it works. They tell you to always arrive at the airport 2 hours early, not so you have time to get through security, but so you'll spend money at the airport. Yep, I believe this one 100%. I've flown at least 60 times in my life and I've never had security take more than 45 minutes. Even at some of the busiest airports on a holiday weekend, most of the time the line to the Starbucks is longer than the security line. Right, I agree with that, but I think there are a few caveats. Like, first of all, are you taking luggage? If you're taking luggage, then you got to wait in the fucking check-in area. You're waiting there. If you can't just check in on your phone, yeah, you should probably get there 2 hours early, especially if it's holiday time. Like, if you're going in the summer holidays, you know, it can take a while, you know, it can take up to an hour. But if you're flying, like if you've checked in on your phone, if you like, you know, it's like just a midweek sort of, there's no school holidays or anything. I get through security like that. I'm usually the first in line at security. I just walk straight through. Like honestly, I could probably get to the airport about half an hour before my flight and still make it. But I just always leave 2 hours just in case. I don't know why I still do that. But yeah, I believe. Actually, no. In summer holidays, you do need to leave 2 hours. But no, you don't. yeah, I do believe that most of the time. And they say, like, if you're going to, like, America and stuff, you need to leave 3 hours. Fuck off. I'm not like, I'm going to the airport 3 hours early. There's a forgotten 4th piece of cutlery that they have forced us to forget. And they've added no additional information to this. They've just made the statement. What would this piece of cutlery be for? Like, you know, you got the classic knife, fork, and spoon. What would the 4th one be? What possible chopsticks? That's a bit of cutlery, I guess. But no, that's what that's so fucking stupid. Elon Musk did the Nazi salute to get people to stop talking about him being a fake gamer. Yeah, in fairness, I'd rather be known as the guy that did the Nazi salute than a fake gamer. No, I don't. I mean, that would be fun. To be fair, that would be such an Elon Musk thing to do. But I don't think that's why. YouTube are intentionally making their product progressively worse over time to sell premium. Okay, no, I don't think so, but, like, premium is sick. Like, YouTube, I'm not just saying that because I make more per premium viewer, but premium is great. Like, I get to watch YouTube, no ads, no interruptions. I fucking love it. YouTube Premium is, like, probably the one subscription I couldn't go. That and Spotify Premium are the only two I could probably not go without. Like, whenever I watch, like, a video on, like, my TV where I just can't be asked to log in, it's a painful experience. It's so painful. But, no, I don't think so. And I'm not just saying that because they're basically my bosses. Sorry, what? Multiple British member of Parliament are puppy boys and or puppy girls. I feel as though I have a fairly good idea of what that is, but I don't really want to Google it. So I'm just going to go with my assumption on what that is. The use of shock collars on animals has been banned in the UK since 2010, but the sale of shock collars was not. 15 years later, a ban is still working its way through Parliament and is being dragged out. I guess once you ban the use of it, the ban of the sale of it is kind of secondary. Like, it's maybe not the most important thing. A shock collar has only 2 uses: animal training and fun times with naughty little puppy boys / puppy girls. The only reason they would ban the use of shock collars on animals but not the devices themselves is they wanted them to still be available for a second reason. This loophole has been left open over a number of administrations from both parties over 15 years. It can't be just one powerful person keeping it going. There must be a cross-party cabal of canine kinksters. Fuck it. Yeah, why not? Yeah, all right then. Personality Buzzfeed quizzes like what kind of pineapple are you was a way to gather data for advertisers. I mean, when you put it like that, yeah, it's kind of obvious, isn't it? Like, it is just... Like, you'd be doing a quiz about, like, I don't know, like, what Harry Potter house you're in. It'd be like, oh, what is your favourite brand of laundry detergent? What's your go-to takeout? Italian, Asian, Greek, or Asian? Who... Sorry, that's just pretty... Like, oh, yeah, I love going out to get an Asian takeaway. What a... Like, that's a very big region. Or what's your preferred holiday? Beach or... Yeah, no, it was a fucking... It's a marketing thing. These could very easily be targeted advertising, and we were just lured in by the possibility of having the same personality as well as our favourite TV show character. 100%. Imagine how much money BuzzFeed made off those quizzes. Because I was always like, what is the fucking point in these quizzes? It would always be something that's like really niche quiz, and all the questions would be really weird. I was like, well, who is this for? It's to sell your data to advertisers. 100%. That's 100% true. Dentists intentionally stab you in the gum so they can lecture you about flossing. Yeah, they fucking love lecturing about flossing. I mean, you should get a water flosser. Okay, maybe I should, but I will forget to use it. But they do that thing where they get like the fucking sharp thing and they go... They go like stab you, and they're like, oh yeah, that means you have like fucking bad guts. No, it doesn't. You stabbed me with a pointy thing. Although I don't believe they're doing it so they can lecture you about flossing. I think they just probably don't understand how hard they're prodding your gums half the time. The Guinness 2-stage pour is purely marketing. I was told this. That is, at this point, it's purely marketing. There used to be an actual reason for it, but since technology has evolved, since like fucking 300-400 years ago, it's not necessary anymore. It's just kind of there because if they don't do it, then people will question, oh, why didn't you let it sit for a bit? Yeah, I mean, it is. It's purely marketing, and because people are like, well, why didn't you let it sit one? Guinness drinkers, like people who are so adamant about the way they have their Guinness are so strange to me. Like every time, like whenever I order a Guinness in a pub and like they don't have Guinness glass, and they go, yeah, do you mind if it's not, sorry for asking, do you mind if it's not in a Guinness glass? I'm just like, yeah, it's fine, because apparently a lot of people make a big deal out of it. But yeah, I mean, that's true. I think it is. I don't know whether marketing is the right word. It's tradition, maybe. Starbucks is on college campuses to get kids used to drinking Starbucks a few times a week. I mean, yeah, probably. They put the Starbucks in the student union. Sometimes they allow meal swipes or dining dollars for payment. Kids get used to it. They graduate from college and they have a habit of drinking Starbucks 2, 3, 4 times a week. But now they're using real money. Maybe their brains don't know the difference because they're still swiping a card habit. I'll agree with that. But I mean, it's just like, fuck it. That's what every business wants to do, innit? It's like, oh, what, a business is being a business? What? I don't know. It's not that damning, really. It's just like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's trying to gain a loyal customer base. The Dubai chocolate trend is sinister. How do you mean the Dubai chocolate trend is sinister? I like the amount of Dubai chocolate conspiracies there are. Never tried Dubai chocolate, but as far as I'm aware, it's chocolate filled with some type of pistachio filling / cream. Sounds very nice by all accounts. However, it does look quite vile. I don't think it looks vile. It just looks like grass, don't it? I wonder where the Dubai chocolate name came. It probably got popularized in Dubai. Like, someone probably went over to Dubai, had it, made a TikTok about it, and just referred to it as Dubai chocolate. That's probably it. It seems to simply be a rebrand of another treat that's been around for a lot longer. It does, however, look quite vile. Yes, you've already mentioned. The Dubai name and the look of pistachio filling coming out of the chocolate does share some similarities to the disgusting about what certain influencers were doing, or more accurately, allowing people to do to them in exchange for luxury handbags, money, and a holiday in the sun. It is crazy that, like, stuff like that, it does happen. It's crazy how stuff like that happens. It's fucking mental, to be honest. I'll let you connect the dots. I'm not sure how it fits into some kind of cover-up, but it does. I don't think it fits into a cover-up. I think it's just, I mean, things can come from Dubai other than rich men shitting on influencers, you know? Spicy food doesn't taste better. People have just convinced themselves it does because they've turned eating spicy food into an accomplishment. Yes, they like you order like whenever I order curry, I always either order a butter chicken, a chicken korma, or my favorite, a chicken tikka masala. I was like, why did you get this? No, it's not supposed to. Because I don't want my mouth to be on fire. All right, I don't want my mouth to be on fire. I want to be able to enjoy my nice, tasty, creamy curry. I don't want to eat a fucking vindaloo. I don't want to what's the one that's really hot, like a dal or a salt or something like that. I don't want something that's gonna burn my mouth. It's not a flex to be able to eat loads of spicy food. It's a flex for me to be able to enjoy my meal, all right? Yes, I agree. Tell you what, I'm going to leave it there. Leave your low stakes conspiracy theory in the comments. I'll be reading and replying to a load of them. All right, all the best.